Here we are again, folks. Brother Peter with tidbits from the Word. Just a little notation you might be a little interested in. I don't know if you would or not, but I'm 70 years old. Never been to a computer in my life. The Lord opened this door to use in this window of opportunity, that I may be able to pass on to other people what God reveals to me through His Word. They say, are you a person, Brother Peter, with a new revelation? No. I'm one who's here with the revelation of the Word of God. This Word right here. This is the river of living water. If you please, good possibility, these words are the streets of gold. Jesus Himself and God Himself said that these words, this book, and what is written here is more precious than pure gold or silver or anything else. And it says also, this is the living water. Jesus told His disciples, He said, I have food you know not about. This is food. It is food for the soul. By the way, if you'll eat enough of it, you'll find out. You're going to say, Pete, you're a nut. You'll find out. You'll burp. This is absolutely a phenomenon to a human body, that he could be even fasting and praying and studying the Word and sit here and burp and say, I'm full. I have no need today, maybe not tomorrow, as long as I stay in this book and close to the Lord, to go for a period of time abstaining from regular everyday food. By the way, it's a very, very, very good practice. Fasting is a very good practice. You say, Brother Peter, I just absolutely positively have to eat breakfast. Well, I'm physically inclined to believe that I have to too. But I found out if I'll pray about it and ask the Lord and get right in the Word and everything, I can go without 2 or 3 breakfasts. Dinners and suppers. But you got to be serious, and you got to get into it, and you got to put that time 100% on the Lord. 100% on the Lord. The reason I'm stopped and I'm right here now, we're in the book of Revelation, and that's what we're doing. But since I started, I got up this morning at 2 o'clock, at 2:05 or so, or whatever. It must have been earlier than 2 then, but anyway, at 2:05 or so, I turned this computer on. This computer flashed a glitch at me that perhaps somebody was tampering with it at the same time, and asked me, do I want to let them have access of this hard drive also? Well, I don't know how to answer that, because I'm not computer smart. I didn't set this computer up. I don't know how my friend who set it up, and I don't know if anytime he wants, he has access to this hard drive, which I don't care if he does. So I don't want to answer the question wrong and say no and cut him off if he has a need to help me correct the things that I do on here. So here I am in a dilemma. In an unknown world, the world of the computer is unknown to me. I'm learning it. I'm 7 years old, learning how to turn it on. Learning how to find media smart webcam. How to press over there where it says start and stop. And to speak into it. And to get the volume right. And to find out. When I first started, I had headphones on and a mic in front of me and all this stuff, because I come from the old school where you had to have all this great big mic and all this stuff, and I'm thinking antiquated, and this thing's not antiquated, it's updated. But I have the Word of God on page, written page right here in front of me. Now, I know it's in this computer, and I know it can be on this iPod or whatever you've got, or this little book, but I have it right here to study. Now, yesterday, the Lord allowed me in turning the TV for a second, flicking through it. I found a Christian channel, and I popped onto it, and I'm proceeded to watch it. And as I watched it, I found out they had a man on there doing a skit portraying Christ. And what came out of his mouth was not the gospel. Was not the gospel according to what Jesus said in the King James Version. And because it was not, I listened to it. And it was distorted so bad that if anybody followed it, they would not follow it to heaven. It would not carry them to heaven. It would not carry them to heaven. It would carry them somewhere, anywhere, but it wouldn't carry them to heaven. It's going to drop them off somewhere where they don't want to be dropped off, and that's in hell. So be careful. Be very careful. People, be very careful. You say, well, Brother Peter, you're stuck on the King James Version. Well, I can tell you what. I believe if I see my grandmother in heaven, it's going to be because of this King James Version. If I see my grandfather in heaven, it's going to be because of this King James Version. If I see the people 200 years ago, the pilgrims that landed on this continent, and I see them in heaven, it's going to be because of this word right here. Same Bible, 1611, King James Version. Not changed, not deviated from its original form. Actually is a fact that works. You say, how do you know, Brother Peter? Because I've put it to the test. I tithe 10% is what this book says. And God said, if you tithe 10%, I will bless you. I will open the windows of heaven. I will press down, shaking together, and give you what you absolutely need. Listen, I am the poorest man in the world financially. But I am the richest man spiritually in the world that there is. Not bragging about that. It is a gift from God that has made me rich in peace, joy, contentment, long-suffering. It's not money. It's not about money. It's not about what I have a bank account. It's not about what I have excess money. It's about having peace, contentment, long-suffering. It's about those things that Paul the Apostle had. That when he was in chains, 12 o'clock midnight, hanging in a dungeon, a prison, he sang praises to God. Can you sing praises to God in your position? If you can't, there's something wrong.